Hey everyone, this video is about a 2020 Grand Design Momentum 397 toy hauler. We are doing our walkthrough today and I'm going to video the whole thing. So this is me and my husband. I am Linda and this is Roy, and we are at General RV Center in North Canton, Ohio. They really are treating us like a VIP. My husband said he has never been a VIP before. So here is the outside. This is our full body paint. This is what we waited something like 96 days from the time we ordered it till the time it arrived at General RV Center. This video is going to be completely unedited. You're going to hear everything we talked about and everything we learned. Because we were at this walkthrough for such a long time, I'm going to split up the videos into different sections so that you don't have to watch 2 hours of video all at the same time. I am going to apologize in advance. We are in a garage and they are working on other RVs in this garage, so you will hear a lot of noise that are coming from the workers. So here we go. Enjoy.
You got 110 plugs right under here just for plugging in whatever. Okay. You got a little spout out here. The hose on the other side or inside, wherever it might be right now, can hook right into here. On this side, it's going to be cold water only. Okay. On the other side, you'll have a spigot there with a hot and a cold side, so you can run it on either side. When you're going to winterize, don't forget to winterize these, okay?
Well, we're hoping not to be around here.
Right. Gonna be full time, and it depends on when you guys are trying to get out of here, too.
Yeah. But we're going to be living in it.
Too. Right. But if you don't have your truck, you're not going to be able to go anywhere. And being that you guys are in, I'm assuming, Pennsylvania, you guys know it can get cold and stuff there.
Okay, so 110, so that's just a regular plug-in?
Regular plugs, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Your vac system is right here. Okay, so you pop that open and it's got these bags in here on them, okay? All right. And your bags are two-sided because you can vacuum in here, you can also vacuum inside. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to hook one end to the inside bit and you can hook the other end to right here, and then you can vacuum from either side, okay? Make sure you get them hooked up on both sides too, because if you don't, if you vacuum inside, it's just going to dump the stuff inside. So. You got this bag in there. There should be a couple extra bags in there as well. So you guys can hook that up when you guys are ready to rock and roll on that. And it just pops back in like that. Pretty easy though, right? Right in here you got your battery disconnect switch. So for you guys, you're not really ever going to use this most likely. But you can pull this key out if you flip it all the way over. This disconnects the batteries. Now, all the lights and everything stayed on because we're plugged in. Right now, the batteries aren't being charged. They can't be used, nothing to them, right? But anytime you are plugged in, towing the vehicle, using it in any capacity, and you put that key in and make sure it can't come out because you want those batteries connected.
Now, right now, we're hooked up to 50 amp or 30?
To look, I don't know what.
Looks like
they're dropped down to 30. So
30 amp?
Yep, we're on 30 amp right now. Yep.
So we got set up at home for 30. So.
Yeah. So the biggest rule on 30 amp versus 50 for you guys will be you won't be able to run both ACs.
Right.
You probably wouldn't be able to run like the dryer as well. You know, so you'll have to run into a few things on that. You'll just have to, and it'll depend on your power too. All 30 amp is not the same. So you'll have to just kind of play with what is and doesn't work when you're plugged into that 30 amp service. You do always have the generator up front too. So the generator is going to give you full 50 amp service out of that. So you can always fire that up and go. If you are going to run that generator though, I would suggest unplugging from your source. Simply because it's got an automatic transfer switch in it. And that automatic transfer switch could get confused because it's always going to default to the generator when you run the generator. But if you're already plugged in, it's going to be like, you're plugged in, and we're going to run the generator anyway. And that, I've seen it screw it up just a couple times. Not a major thing, but definitely something worth looking into a little bit on those.
Unplug.
Just unplug, fire up the generator, do what you got to do, kick it off, plug back in. You're good to go. You also have the battery and the hydraulic systems are in there and on to the left. Hydraulics and everything shouldn't have to mess with too much unless you have leaks or problems. Really just a service entry for us. On the generator though, you need to do an oil change on that every 150 hours or once a year, whichever comes first. Most people it's going to be that once a year unless you're running the generator.
So oil change once a year or 150 miles?
You got it.
Now
150
that's
hours.
Hours.
Ain't gonna have any miles.
House batteries, they're not in here, are they? Is that
Yeah,
where they're
nope,
kept?
yep,
Okay.
that's where they're at right there.
All right.
Okay.
Wonder why they don't put batteries in there. Everybody's changing everything out to battle one.
Yeah,
They're $1,000 a
they're
battery.
expensive, yeah. Yeah, like they're the lithium ones, right?
Yeah, would you recommend?
No, not unless you're gonna do a lot of dry camping.
They were not.
Yeah,
This
so if
is
you're not
really
dry
a dry
camping,
camper, you know?
you don't need to do anything like that unless you're dry camping because those batteries are meant to last for an extended amount of time. Give a lot of hours and stuff before they go out. If you're plugged in, you're not worried about it.
We're not figuring out.
Right, exactly.
This doesn't seem like a dry camper.
It's not. I mean, you'll have some people who do because it is a toy hauler. People are going to put four-wheelers and motorcycles and stuff, and they may go out to the middle of the woods and go do it, and they may dry camp for a little bit, but nobody's permanently dry camping with this thing. So, leveling system here, you got a quick reference for stuff on this. It's pretty easy. You hit both arrows at the same time. That turns the system on. That little green light coming on indicates that it's on. Now, our jacks and everything are down now, so I'll go ahead and do this. So what we do is, you've only got a few options on this, which is nice. They took a lot of the options away, which makes it a little bit easier.
Not so confusing.
Right, exactly. So you got really 3 buttons here. So you got hitch height. If you hit hitch height, what it's going to do is it's going to bring up the back 4 jacks, and it's going to raise the front back up to where it was before we hit auto level. So that way, if you are, in theory, hooking back up to your truck, it's going to get you in the neighborhood. It's not going to be perfect. You'll still have to adjust the height a little bit to fully hook up, but it'll get you in the area, right? So let it do its thing here. In theory, that's where your hitch would
basically,
be. Yeah, when they got
you're
dropped
close,
off. Right. Now, you can use these up and down arrows, and this will raise and lower the front. Just the front too, though.
The front. Okay. Yep.
So what you'll do is you'll use this button to get it up off the truck. Once you get it, and have you unhooked and hooked fifth wheels up before at all?
Never, no.
Okay, so what'll happen is you got your hitch, and then you've got the pin box, okay?
Yep.
You'll want to lift it up until you get a little bit of separation between your hitch and your pin box, and you
Then
should be able to pull and release it.
Okay.
And then at that point, you can drive the truck away, and that's technically where we would be sitting right now.
Okay.
All you have to do is go, boop, out of level,
everything comes back.
and it'll do its thing. Now the other one is Retract All. You can hit that button, obviously, when you're hooked up to the truck and not any other time, because it's going to bring all 6 jacks up, get you ready to go down the road.
Okay, so we always do Retract All
After you're hooked up to
we're
the truck.
hooked up to the truck. Brings everything up at once.
Right. So you'll do the up and down arrows to get off the truck. You'll hit auto level. When you're ready to leave, you'll hit hitch height. You'll hook up to the hitch. Then you'll hit Retract All before you take off down the road.
All right.
It's easy. Okay. It's always going to be like it's like this. It's going to drop that one leg, you'll drop the other leg, and it's going to lift the whole side of the coach up here just like that. It's going to stop. It's going to think about it. It's going to do the same thing on the other side right about now.
That's the cord here. That's the one that comes with
This
it.
is your cord.
Oh.
Yep.
What's this thing?
That's where the generator
That is. That's fine. That is the generator exhaust.
Okay.
And so as long as that red light is blinking, it's still kind of thinking and doing its thing.
Okay.
Once you get a solid green light, you know
It'll
it's
turn to
done.
red.
Yep. And you don't have to turn it off. It will eventually time out and turn
do its
itself
thing.
off. Yep.
I never saw a cord like that. Oh.
Yeah. 50 amp cords are big.
Holy
And I'll tell you right now, if you can store this thing or keep it warm in the cold weather, it stiffens up. That's
I
why
bet
it's
it
still
does.
curled up. Even in this like 60-degree weather we have here,
Oh,
it's
I
stiffening up. You get down into the 30s, you can't move it.
Yeah.
So if you are traveling and stuff, like keep it in the truck with you so it can get heated up.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. All right. So questions on the leveling?
No.
Okay. All right. So in here, all of your water is going to go in through here. You tell that water where to go based off these 5 colored valves. You set these 5 colored valves based off these 5 pictures, depending on what you want to do. Now, being that we're going to be hooked up at your house here for a while, you're going to be hooked up to city water then.
Right.
Okay. So you're going to be hooked up to this right here.
Okay.
And then the water that goes in there, it's going to go directly to the sink, shower, toilet, all that fun stuff, okay? If you are going to fill your tank up, you need to turn it to this position. If you want to use the water after putting that tank in it, then you flip up to dry camping. That's going to use the water coming out of the pump. Okay? Winterize and your sanitize options are right here, which you may only use a couple times a year. Okay? Setting this into winterize or sanitize does bypass the hot water tank too. So you don't have to worry about bypassing it for winterization purposes. You can just turn those valves and you're good. Okay? Still need to drain it, obviously, but outside of that, you're good.
The auxiliary freshwater tank fill, is that where you fill the tank then?
You can, yeah. So it's such a big tank on this one. Yeah. You can actually hook 2 hoses up to it and fill it up doubly quick.
I couldn't believe it inside of the gray.
It's like a 120-gallon fresh tank and 60. Well, now, did they give you 1 gallon for the gray tank?
They're 104. Both the gray and the black are 104, and the freshwater 158.
So they're not. So if your gray is 104. You have 2 gray tanks, so it's really like 2 52-gallon tanks. So you're gonna have that rear bathroom, and then you're gonna have this front bathroom area. They're gonna be split. So they're telling you 1 gallon for the gray tank. It's really split between 2 tanks. It might be split even. It might be 60-40. It might be 50-50. You never know. Okay.
And that's a filter.
Yes, filter, and this is the actual filter itself. Any of these 10-inch style filters will work, whether you use the microfiber like this, or if you use the carbon, or the charcoal, or the paper ones.
How often do you change those?
Probably every 6 months to a year, give or take, depending on how bad the water is and stuff.
We got
you guys are full-time.
We got a Berkey too, though. For our
what?
We got the Berkey filter for our drinking water.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. So this will just
be for baths.
This will be for getting like the smell out, because a lot of places you go, it's like well water and stuff. So right. Cable and satellite hookups are right in here. Okay.
Now we got the we're gonna have Dish Network, and we got the I can't even think. It's the one where it finds the signal itself.
Tailgater.
No.
It's a round thing to set out.
It's a little dome satellite dish. Tailgater. Probably.
So it can plug right into there.
Well, yes and no.
Okay. That's what.
So it gets a little bit more complicated with this particular unit. So if you notice, you have cable here, and then you have satellite for living room, bedroom, garage, right? So the way satellite is run nowadays, you have to have an individual line going to each television. Now, I know with those dome satellites, you can only run up to 2 boxes.
Right.
So what you'll have to do is say, hey, I want it in the living room and I want it in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to move and you want to put it outside or you want to put it in the garage, you'd have to undo one and transfer it over. But yeah, you have to run a direct line to each satellite.
Right.
You can't just do a blanket, plug it in, every TV gets it.
The outside one I might just have.
Now, the other option you do have too, though, you have Dish Network, right?
Yeah.
You have Wally boxes?
Yeah.
Okay, so that means they are able to go anywhere. So the other thing you can do so you could, I believe there's a way you could probably split it. You could put your boxes like out here. And since they're RF remotes and not IR remotes, you could split the signal from the box and then put it in there and get it everywhere. The other thing you could do is you go to like a Best Buy or something, they make wireless HDMI splitters. So you could like say put the box in your living room and then you could put an HDMI splitter on it and you could put that splitter transmitter on another TV. The only thing is you'd have 2 boxes, which means you could only watch a total of 2 channels, but you could watch all those channels on 5 TVs.
Yeah.
So that would be another. So there's other options than coming out here and moving the cable. Well, so you might want to look into some of that stuff too.
For as much, I'd probably hook up the 2 leads to here, and then we have Fire Sticks too.
Oh,
so,
yeah, that'll work.
Yeah. So Fire Sticks would be for the other one.
And you got the Wi-Fi booster up there for it too, so that'll perfect.
So there's a Wi-Fi booster in here.
Yes. Not an actual hotspot. It's got to steal Wi-Fi from somewhere, but there is a booster in there. Okay. Low point drains are right here. More
what are those
plugs
for?
here. Low point drains just for draining the water out of the lines.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
You just open those up and it drains the hot and the cold lines.
Okay. Is there a 12 volt thing where you can plug a 12 volt thing in anywhere, like a cigarette lighter?
In here.
I don't think so.
In the coach.
Anywhere, yeah, because
you might have some USB ports, but I don't think you're going to have any true 12 volt like cigarette lighter ports in there.
Well, I have an adapter. I have
you have about everything.
50 amp, as we talked about here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
50 amp is a little bit harder to find than 30 amp is. So make sure you're aware of that when you're going to campgrounds and stuff. Make
We
sure
got
they
the
have 50 if
progressive
possible. The surge protection.
surge protector,
Good.
so
Good.
we got that.
Perfect. Good to go there.
We watch a lot of YouTube.
Yeah, good. Hot water tank furnace, those are all pretty familiar what you got. You do have an anode rod in the hot water tank on this one too, so you have to replace that probably every couple of years.
All right.
It's right on the actual drain plug.
All right. So
You take that drain plug out, you'll look at it. If it looks like it's almost gone, replace it.
Okay.
Okay.
And
The
what
other
is that thing?
it's an
It's a
anode
rod.
rod.
It's a rod that
Oh,
goes
okay.
in there, just
Yep.
like your hot water tank at
Okay.
home.
Yep. The only other thing you got in here is you got a little on-off switch down here at the bottom.
Okay.
That is for the electric side of the hot water tank.
Right.
If you want to use the electric side of the hot water tank, this switch has to be on,
Has to be on.
and the switch inside has to be on.
Okay.
If either one of the switches are off, it's not on.
Okay.
Okay. And the tricky part is inside the switch. When you flip it on, most likely there'll be like a little indicator light that comes on. If that's not on out here, that indicator light means nothing.
Okay.
Okay. So be aware of that stuff too.
Right.
Refrigerator here, let me actually pop this open. Here's the thing that I'm going to have to do. You need to get, I would invest in a very strong magnet.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
See, if you look in here, this board here, got this red light on it.
Yeah.
Right before you guys got here, I walked through it and started throwing a code. It says L1OP. Okay? That's a common thing you come across on these things. They happen every now and again. It's just a little glitch the computer sees. If you put a magnet kind of right here
Okay.
and set it there for a minute and let it click over, it'll clear the code and everything will be fine.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Keep that in mind because it does happen. If it is happening to you constantly,
Yeah.
get it in to get it looked at because they'll replace that board. If
Okay.
it happens once every like 2 months, don't worry about it. It just happens. But if it's I just turned it and then an hour later it did it again and then an hour later it did it, you need to get it looked at. It's probably a bad board. Okay?
Yep.
You'll get that. Actually, I'll just leave this off. Get that looked at here before you guys get out of here.
Yeah, if you think it's a bad one, change the board now.
Yeah, no, normally it's not. I mean, to be honest with you, 9 times out of 10, it just needs reset.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
all it is.
Tires, are these the upgraded ones or
These are
whatever?
G, right?
Yes.
G. Okay.
And they almost do that on all of their tires now. They had so many people that were just taking all of their tires off and putting on new tires that they
Replacing
just
them.
said, you know what, screw it, we'll just put better tires on ourselves. So yeah, you shouldn't have any problems with these.
Do you mind if I put some of this on the YouTube video?
I don't care.
Okay.
You're fine.
I just thought I'd ask.
No?
I have Grego on
People
one.
Oh yeah.
changing this shit out the more right. I see so many.
You see people changing them out?
Yeah, the more right. You know, these here.
Yeah, the shackles.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know why they're doing it. You know.
I don't know why. The only thing I would say is that I've seen some that have a little bit more flex and bend and stuff to them that people like for a little bit smoother ride and stuff. But
I'm not riding here.
exactly, yeah, it's one of those weird things.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I've seen people do that a couple times too. I've never really known why, but
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
some people just like to upgrade their stuff.
I guess so.
So-
They have more money than they.
Right? More money than brains sometimes. This is a black tank flush here.
All right.
So this is going to be used to flush out the inside of that black tank that's back here.
Okay.
So it'll clean that out. You had one up in the front
Right,
there too
yep,
for that. So
yep.
you got one for the black tank up front,
for this one.
for the black tank out back here. Okay.
Yep.
And if you look in here, this is the drain for the fresh tank. So when you're ready to drain your fresh tank,
Okay.
you pull that handle.
All right.
So you dump the fresh water right onto the ground.
Okay.
Okay. And then of course that's the dump station there for the 2 grays and a black that are up there.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, yep.
So and then you're gonna have another one right back here. Yep. Let's make sure.
Do the hoses come with that? With
They
this?
do not. No.
Okay.
Yep. You'll need to grab some.
Do you have
hoses
any
if haven't
recommended
already.
ones that last longer?
Yeah, we the one I like. There's the Titan that we have in there. It's a pretty easy one. It's cheaper than the most expensive one, but it's just about as good to be honest with you. Best
Okay.
bang for your buck. It's like $35 for a 15 footer.
Right.
What size? How long would you recommend getting one?
Again,
Like,
15 feet covers most people in most situations. Totally depends on where you guys are going, what you're doing and stuff.
You can put them together. And,
correct. And for you guys, if you wanted to hook both up now, because I imagine you guys are going to be in one spot for a long period of time.
Going shooting for 3 weeks.
Right, exactly. So it may not be a bad idea to get like 3 15-foot hoses.
Okay.
Connect, or actually. So the other way to do it is I have a 20-foot hose kit in there, and then I have the 15-foot hoses, right?
Yep.
The 20-foot kit is actually 2 10-foot hoses.
Okay.
So you can do 2 10-foot hoses to a 15-foot on a Y, and then just run that. It's probably going to be your best bet for this.
Now, somebody has the tubes that go under here that they store those in. This doesn't come with any, so we'd have to put.
See, the older one did.
Yeah, they did. The problem is, oh wait, this one does have the hose battery.
It does.
I can't get.
It's right back there.
That's it.
They just moved it back further.
Okay.
We used to have it up further, but then they put all these tanks in the way and stuff for it. So.
I'm thinking about putting another one under here somewhere.
Sure.
Before if I can.
I'll tell you, because I the hoses that I'm suggesting to you too, the 15-footer.
Yeah.
It's hard to get into one of those because they are just even scrunched up because they're a little thicker material. Because they're crushable. I could twist and bend, run it over with this thing, and it'll be fine. But because of that, they don't scrunch up quite as much. And I have noticed people have had problems putting them in those particular tubes. So you may even want to get one that's just slightly longer. See if you can get it shoved in there. Okay. Of course, you got the fuel station here. I don't know if you guys plan on using this or anything. So
yeah, probably will.
We'll need
we're taking a
the one side for the generator.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah. So you got pump right there.
Okay.
Turn that pump on. It's going to pressurize the gas pump in here, so you can actually pump the fuel out. And you're going to have 2 spots for gasoline, one for the generator, one for the auxiliary tank. They like to.
Does it tell which ones?
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. To be honest with you, even when they do
doesn't
them,
matter.
not always
transfer them.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So like if you were trying to fill your generator and accidentally put in the auxiliary, you can just move it over and put it into that one. No big deal. But the exterior gauge here, you can pull that down and it'll show you how full that tank is. Now this is going to be for the auxiliary tank. So I'll have one inside for the generator tank.
The generator, we should probably keep that full most of the time, or?
Yeah, I mean, depending on how much you're going to be using it. You know, I mean, once you guys leave your house and stuff, I imagine you're going to be on 50 amp most of the time. So you may not need to use that generator as much, but it's nice to have just in case, or if you're in the middle of traveling, you got to do a Walmart parking lot or something.
That's the only time we would think we would need it. Yeah.
You have to be careful on the Walmart parking lots too, because they won't let you put your jacks down in their parking lots.
Harvest Host, we're thinking, because we have a Harvest Host membership.
Okay.
Already.
Perfect. Good.
The ladder, anything we need to know about the ladder?
The only thing on the ladder really is that you can buy yourself a little bit extra space by pulling these pins.
Like for backing in places and stuff like that. Is that what you mean?
It just gives you a little bit more space because then you can push this up. So it gives you a little bit more clearance so you're not worried about dragging it on something.
Right, gotcha.
That's it.
I was thinking about trying to find I want a flag holder. I don't know if I'll go on that or not, you know?
It could, yeah. I've seen people do them on those before, so it wouldn't be
I didn't see that you guys had any in there.
I don't think I've got any, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I looked, I didn't see any.
With these, obviously, so your lock position is like this, and then you're going to bring them down. So you flip them upside down, and that's going to let you bring these out. So like this one's locked up, flip it up, give it a little spin.
Hey Adam, when we go in, the one thing that we have to make sure we see, our motorcycle and sidecar is too wide to get in, and Grego said that we could take the 3-season doors off the. So we need to see that done. We'll have 3 inches on each side once we have the doors on. We were out here, my sister and I, and my niece. We were out here with rollers and we measured it all, and but up the top it has a thing where it says that you can take them off.
Yeah.
You just need a screw.
It's just,
You just need a screwdriver.
well, it depends on a couple different things. Let's get this up first.
Okay. Because we're going to be situated for a month at a time, you know, we only have to take them off when we put it in and when we take it out.
So they updated these doors a little bit, so I gotta figure out.
We like these doors a lot because they're plastic.
So like, is that not gonna give you enough
No,
space to
no,
open
we
that
have
up?
to come all the way to this frame. So this door has to.
We may only have to take one off. We're not sure if we have to take both off or not.
No, when we came out, this one has a thing right here, removable door feature,
Right.
and Grego said that it could do it on both sides.
Yeah. So the let's see. Yeah, so basically, I think all you have to do on these is remove the couple screws here and here. It should be able to pop these things and do the same thing at the bottom. And they pop loose. You may not have to do it at the bottom. I think they actually snap out, so you just got to snap them back in place when you're done. I've never taken the new ones off completely though, so that's a newer one to me. Because they did this simply for that reason, that people were like, oh, I can't get things in. Oh, we'll swing these doors out. And for everyone else I've ever talked to, this is enough room to do it.
Yeah,
But if you got a sidecar on it, that makes it a little interesting.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I believe all you got to do is just take those screws out, and I think they pop and hinge out basically. I'm going to take a look at the bottom here. Yeah, it looks like they sit on a swivel point here, so once you loosen those up and take a lean off them, they should pop right off of there.
Okay.
You have to do some double checking on that just to make sure. Because yeah, I've never taken the new doors off. I don't know exactly. I know they can't be taken off. As far as logistics of taking them off, that's a little bit.
How long have they had this door?
These style doors are probably, it's within 2 years, probably closer to a year.
Okay.
I've probably only seen, and these are a higher end option too.
Yeah.
Their standard models don't use these doors.
Right.
So I've probably only seen this system itself maybe 5 or 6 times so far.
Okay.
So they are still pretty new.
This looks wider than. Could this be wider than the one? I don't know if we saw 2019. Could this be wider than?
Well, a lot of times what you'll see is this from here over is the actual frame. From here over is part of the door system. Because I have installed one of these before, and they come in, you actually have to mount that into the frame. So this part that you're seeing here, that's going to be how most of them are going to be.
Do you have a measuring tape?
I can get one, yeah.
Yeah, let's just, for the heck of it, let's just measure this again.
Sure.
I mean, we don't have a choice, but.
No, we don't have a choice. So that's not the same door you saw when you were here, huh?
That looks wider. It could be just my imagination too.
I hope it is.
Yeah, because when my sister and when Jerry and I taped it, we taped it from.
We have to sell the ring.
Yeah.
It's like as simple as that.
Yeah. Yes, we do. Well, that's good.
What do you want to measure?
Oh, from this frame,
Okay.
from this frame to that frame.
Right there, Linda, right?
Yeah.
Just a hair over 87 inches is what I'm seeing.
Okay, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah. But the doors have,
Yeah, we have to take the doors.
the
Right,
doors
you gotta
have to
take the
come
doors
off.
off to get that. Yep. How wide is
83
Oh yeah. So
or
we'll
82 and a half, something like that.
have just enough room.
Yeah,
I know.
it's pretty close. It's gonna be
Let's
really
see what
tight.
do you have? If we have these all the way open. Actually, just to see.
Yeah, because these took up an extra. Well, yeah, these took up an extra.
80 inches almost exactly from here to
Yeah, I
here.
think we're 81 and a half.
Yeah. So you would have
We
been
might have
just enough to get in.
Yeah, we might have to take. We might get away with just taking
yeah, I was
one.
gonna say
Might
one
just-
door
we
might be
take
enough.
One door off.
Yeah,
That's what I was
yeah.
thinking before.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not done outside though, are we?
There's just the TV out
Oh, let's
there,
go look
really.
at-
So, yeah. Yeah. We can go look at that real quick.
Yeah, I was thinking about taking that one door off and just setting it up here if we didn't have where it's all to move.
Right. Yeah, so you just got the TV here.
Yeah.
Remote's right here for it.
Okay, all
Easy
right.
to get to.
Uh-huh.
The speakers are not hooked up to this TV. The speakers are hooked up to the radio inside.
Okay, so the TV has its own. Okay, yeah, and we don't listen to the radio, so we didn't get the. That's the only thing the only upgrade we didn't get. Now we got the dual pane windows. Can you tell?
Yep, they are.
Okay, good.
The best way to tell,
Yeah.
you look up and you look at the lights in there.
Uh-huh.
See how they're like double visioned?
Yeah.
That means they're double pane.
Okay.
If you look at them and you just see a light, it's single pane.
Yeah.
If you see it and you can see like a weird double blurred vision of it, they're double pane.
Okay. Well, that's good to know about the speakers. I won't be thinking.
It's gonna drive me nuts. All this stuff up so it's a little quiet in here.
Did we say a rug came with that?
Yeah, it's actually up.
Oh, it's up on top
between
there?
the two, yep.
Okay.
It's not much of a rug, but
Yeah, we'll probably.
it's give you something to make it a little bit more
Yeah.
homey at least.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the puppy's playtime.
There you go.
We got 3.
What kind?
Dijon, they're little ones. 3.
Okay.
Half Dijon, half Shih Tzu.
Oh, okay.
They're about 10, 12 pounds.
Okay. Or as I like to call lunch.
They're excited about going.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure they are.
I told little Benji when I left, I says, we get this trailer and truck broken, I'm never gonna leave that again.
Yeah. They don't like.
All he hates one of these, you don't like it one bit.
Right. All right. So, you want to come see the brains of the operation over here?
Yeah.
She needs to see that more
Yep.
than me.
All right. So,
Well, they cut this down from the older ones, didn't they?
kind of. Keep leaning against that damn thing all day. Okay. So, the My RV thing.
Yeah.
All that's going to do is it's going to bring up this kind of troubleshooting videos, how-tos, your owner's manuals digitally in it.
Oh, okay.
Kind of a cool little thing. You may not use it too often. But the main things you're going to be using here are things like this. So you're going to go in here, you got your awnings. Okay. An awning, patio awning, rear awning. Okay, so all you got to do is hit the extend and retract on those. Okay. You also have your side awning there. So you got 4 different awnings on this thing.
Okay.
So you got one out here, one over the slide, on the slide, one in the back, and then one that goes over the back end of it. Okay, so these you just hit the extend, and out they go. So this is the one that's right above the door here when you're looking in here,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
just roll it
Gotcha.
out.
Oh, gotcha.
doing its thing.
So this concludes part 1 of our 2020 Momentum 397 toy hauler walkthrough. If you like this video, please subscribe. If you want to be notified of future videos, ring the bell.